In Uganda's northeast, the people of Karamoja continue to battle conditions far harsher than anywhere else in the country. Uganda Bureau of Statistics figures show that more than 7 in 10 people here live below the poverty line, the highest poverty rate nationwide. The struggle is intensified by recurring droughts, poor market access, and a harsh climate that wipes out crops and livestock.
Life is hard. There is nothing much that has changed because even access to food is hard. To send our children to school, we have to work hard. You have to do a lot of manual labor.
Food insecurity remains severe. The 2024 Integrated Food Security Phase Classification Report shows that nearly half of Karamoja's population faced acute hunger, with tens of thousands surviving on emergency levels of assistance.
I'm appealing to government to help us. This house is where I live with my children. Life is squeezing us. Even accessing health is difficult.
Children suffer the most. Stunting and wasting rates here are the highest in Uganda, according to the 2022 Demographic and Health Survey.
On a daily basis, we conduct screening for malaria children. And when we enroll them into care, they receive the supplies like the RUTF. But the number has been actually growing on a monthly basis. So we've been having a rise of around 20 to 25% of the children admitted in OTC.
Between March and July 2024, all the 9 districts of Karamoja region were classified in IPC Phase 3 or Crisis Phase, with 45% of the population analyzed, about 600,000 people, facing high levels of acute food insecurity. Education paints a similar picture. Schools are few and far apart, and dropout rates soar when families migrate with their animals in search of pasture.
Schools have opened the school gardens, but because of the weather shocks, you find that at times they don't get, like for example, this year, many schools are cultivated, so many cereals like maize, sorghum, greens and others, nuts. But it was unfortunate that when it reached time for flowering, that was the time the sun hit Daolo district, making it that at the end, these schools did not benefit anything. So it's one of the things that is affecting us in education. Since there are no rains, it affects the vegetation, and at the end, these children are told, since there is nothing to eat, let's go out to look for firewood, look for charcoal, the few trees that are left. They will go and cut them for firewood, for charcoal, and then these very children who are supposed to come to school are the ones affected to carry them to town here.
The school which is serving the entire community here is only one community school, but the rest, like now primaries, where maybe a child need to go after maybe finishing this other stage, is very far, and even the parents are poor. They don't have enough money to afford these distance schools, so it is quite challenging when it comes to issue of schooling.
At the moment, 3 teachers share a unit. We have 2 bedrooms, we have a sitting room. So one teacher is there, the other one is there. The sitting room is shared. I have my children, you have your children. What happens? And you know what children are.
Insecurity continues to undermine recovery. Frequent cattle raids and stock theft, highlighted in the Uganda Police Annual Crime Report, wipe out livelihoods and force communities into repeated cycles of loss and displacement.
During the time of insecurity, women can't go to health facilities. Some women don't know the equipment to use to cut the cord, which makes their babies get infections.
You'll find that sometimes a village can be 20 kilometers away from the nearest health center, and that impacts on the ability of the population to access the health services. We also have a population, in fact, an entire constituency on the mountain. And on the mountain there are no roads, no telephone network. So generally it is very, and yet there is a population that is living up there. So it is always quite difficult for us to ensure that that population on the mountains with difficult terrain can access services routinely. And besides that, infrastructure for health is also limited. There is one sub-county in Moroto district currently that does not have a health center at all. There is also another sub-county where the only health center for the entire sub-county is a health center too. So all these have got a significant negative impact on service delivery for the populations in those areas.
Still, there are pockets of progress. New water points, youth skill programs, and small livelihood projects bringing hope to some communities.
89%, at least if you walk to every village, there's a water source, there's a bowl, there's a tap. And also, yeah, we've got other partners who have been helping us, like Innovation Africa. They have done most of water systems in the villages. They have authorized over 10 villages in our district, after piped water. They have helped us to cover the coverage of the water.
When the Ministry of Water constructed the dam, this Aracheke Dam, it became a relief to the community, including now the pastoralists. So we realized that even some other herdsmen from those ends of Moroto could also come up to here to water their animals. If the community is taken through the better usage of this water, because now, yes, it is here in excess, but it is only utilized by the livestock. And yet this same water, we could also use it for irrigation, but then I think we lack skills in the irrigation aspect.
For many families, the road to recovery remains long, and the inequalities between Karamoja and the rest of Uganda continue to widen. Walter Mwesije, NTV.